Alright, so I was losing air, and turns out we took a pretty good hit on a pothole. I don't know how we didn't compromise the tire, but when I start to drive over it, you hear air come right out of there. So I'm going to show you one way to straighten that out using some common tools. Okay, so the rim is off the car, and you can see the severity of that. That's a pretty good impact, and it's actually kind of pushed the metal away from the bead, so it does leak air around there. And there are businesses that will straighten rims for you, and the pricing I don't think is too terrible, and steel rims might be a little cheaper than aluminum rims, but it's not always convenient. So I'm going to show you sort of a backwoodsy approach when you have a situation like this. So we have a regular metal sledgehammer, and the trick, if you just pound on this, you can flatten it out, and you need to keep this radius here along this lip. And I found that the diameter of a 1/4 inch drive extension here just happens to be very close to that radius there. It matches. So what I'm going to do is ultimately end up using this to sort of keep the radius as I pound this back into its normal shape. And you'll see I can get it pretty close. It won't match 100%, but it'll be good enough to get you back on the road. It also may help to have an assistant to sort of help guide the tool around while you hit it with the hammer. It's good to have some gloves. These might be overkill, but a nice pair of gloves for you and your assistant. Also maybe some hearing protection, and don't forget your safety goggles before you get started. Alright, so I've given it several good hits. You can see still needs a few more, but it is definitely moving back into position. Alright, I found also actually works better if you wrap it in a rag. It's easier to control. Again, I've been walking this back and forth along the radius. I'm pretty close. There's a little flatness, but way better than what it was. And notice I'm holding this, but I'm hitting it a couple different angles. I'm hitting down, and I'm also hitting in like this. And there you go. It is not perfect, but it's way better than it was. That should get you back on the road. Probably a good idea to clean that up and hit it with a fresh coat of paint to protect where I knocked all the paint off so it doesn't rust.